Good morning, beautiful. Good morning. Should we talk about self-love? Should we talk about self-love? What is self-love? What if self-love is this work? Crossing the river, going to the other side. What if self-love is removing the blockage, removing the layers that you have built inside of you with all these programs so that the divine can flow through you, your higher self can flow through you. What if self-love is getting to a place where your state of being is all of the elevated emotions? When most of you that is not pure love, pure consciousness, just gets burnt off. What if self-love is you sitting there in a meditation where your body is acting like an animal that doesn't want to be tamed, and you don't give up on it like a parent, making sure that your child needs to learn some lessons in order for them to be a useful member of the society or the community or the family. You keep taming that animal until your body, your subconscious mind gives up, telling you, okay, clearly you don't want to be on autopilot, even though I've been doing all this stuff for you. What do you want? And then it starts watching you. Your subconscious mind starts to pay attention to you. And when that happens, now your natural state of being is this pure awareness of everything you're doing throughout the day. And you realize that your thoughts and your feelings and your actions, do you want those to be the same? Because they create your personality, and you question yourself. Do I want to continue to be that person, this person? Or do I want to be the person that is healed, that is abundant, that is in love with life, that is courageous, that is divine enough that I can heal, and I can heal others, and I can make a difference? When you get to that place, and you're around people, like in this community, that are on the same path, same goals, it naturally creates this beautiful culture within the community that you guys can see from the Q&As. Now the Q&As are much better now that I'm not publishing them. They're private. Only people in the community can see them. And we talk about the culture that it has naturally established. This non-judgmental, loving collaboration conversations, going back and forth, maybe having different philosophies of thoughts. And that's where the thinking box comes in. After our meditation, we go back into the thinking box and we laugh and we talk about things and we talk about feelings and what do we want to accomplish and what have we felt and accomplished and everything else. And like an old man, I then tell a bunch of stories because I have a bunch of stories. Let me make sure I'm recording. So, what if this is self-love? You know, where you get to the end state of what you want as if your prayers have been answered. And you maintain that state of being throughout the day. And then watch out. Things are going to happen and things are going to change. And it will happen in a way that will surprise you. You know, And when you get to that place, you don't even think about forgiving people and being bitter and angry and resentful, because you have broken the bonds from the past. You have broken the bonds from the things and people, and you're free. You have freed yourself. And when you do that, the people that in your old personality that were bitter, that you felt the need to forgive them, they change, because you weren't giving them loving energy. You weren't even giving them neutral energy. But that's not the point. Changing them is not the point. It's all about you. Self-love, right? What if that is self-love? When you remove these layers of you, like an onion, so that the divine can flow through you. And just like an onion, you keep removing layer until there's nothing there. And that's the whole point. That nothing is you. And when you become nothing, you become everything. When you become so strong, so powerful, so divine that you can step outside of space-time, geez, who doesn't want that? I was going to make a video after coffee, but I got a little too excited about self-love this morning. I think a lot sometimes. When I get stuck on something, I get a little obsessed with a concept, and I have to unfold it and look at it, and it all happens up here. Then I start walking around my coffee table in my kitchen island, and I'm thinking, and I'm talking to myself, and I'm like, let me turn the camera on and continue. How about that? Self-love. Self-love is you freeing yourself, you freeing your body from this torture of bonding to everything and everyone all the time. And sometimes you might have done things that you can't forgive yourself for. I consider all forgiveness to be the fool's game. But that's just me. Because once you break the bonds, you can call it forgiveness, you can call it tomato, it doesn't matter. It doesn't affect you anymore. That's when you're free. That's when you have really made love to yourself. That's when you get the mystical. That's when you get the heart orgasms and the brain orgasms, the full body orgasms. Oh my goodness. Wild. You will learn to make love to yourself with the divine. You will allow the divine to make love to you, which is you. It's just a higher self of you. And when that happens, all of the animalistic urges go away. This pleasure-seeking part of you, the mundane part of you goes away, dies. The selfless, pure consciousness, the pure love version of you remains. That's when you become a gift for the world. That's when you become a blessing for the world, for the community, for your family. Everything around you changes. People will walk next to you and something inside of them will change. You get really good at this. And you sitting next to a stranger will heal that stranger. When we have these advanced retreats with thousands of advanced meditators, raising collective energy, guests in that resort, staff members in that resort that are just working, they get healed. Something in them changes. They start to release and liberate their stuck energies. That's how powerful this is. Dr. Joe makes fun of pharmaceutical commercials sometimes when he says they're talking about, he was, telling one of the stories. He was packing to go somewhere, and commercial comes on, and it's like, this medicine may give you suicidal thoughts and diarrhea and projectile vomiting, and you might create autoimmune diseases, and you might start bleeding out of your eyes. But hey, ask your doctor if this medicine is right for you. Are you fucking kidding me? Sorry, shouldn't. I don't know if I should be cursing. But no, you don't need medicine. I mean, you can have supplements. I have supplements, but for better health, good food. So when I meditate, my autonomic nervous system can have beautiful hormones and chemicals that can go into my cells, and they have all the proteins they need to uncoil the DNA and turn off certain genes and turn on health genes and turn down regulate particular genes. And you want that upregulation and downregulation to happen, because if the same gene is turned on for decades, it starts to make cheaper and cheaper protein because you're wearing it out. You're not even giving it a break. That's another thing to keep in mind. You want that upregulation and downregulation of genes. Most people never have that because most people never meditate. Because it's boring and my body will start screaming and it's uncomfortable. And then all of the past memories that I don't want to think about just show up in my face when I'm with my eyes closed. Poor me. I don't have enough money and I'm sick. My parents don't love me. Free yourself. That's self-love. How about that? Liberate yourself. Imagine that. Turning yourself into the divine. Imagine that. Isn't that the ultimate form of self-love? How about you start with the ultimate form? You can continue to do your pedicures and your massages and your spa dates and buying nice things for yourself. Of course. I'm going to go for a pedicure after this. I'm preparing for Cancun. Self-care is very important, guys. Self-care is not the same thing as self-love. This work is self-love. Enjoy your beautiful day. I love you.